ways before them.
Right, so a lot of our people always say that, oh, if God exists, why did these bad things happen to us? Why are we still living in the ghettos? Why are we always getting gunned down? These are all curses that our people are befalling our people today. That's also an indication of who the children of Israel are, because that's a prophecy of what's going to happen to the children of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? So if you fit those curses, then hey, that means that, hey, I must be a child of the Most High. But then if I'm a child of the Lord, and if I go to the church and they tell me God loves, why am I not getting no love? Well, it's because you're being punished. If your father loves you, he's going to punish you and chastise you, so he wants you to be right. That's what it's all about. This is a chastisement. This whole slavery that we're in today is a chastisement. But after the chastisement is over, we're going to get blessed. We're going to get rewarded. The kingdom of Israel is going to be here right here on earth, and you're going to be a king. All our people, all the suffering and pain is going to subside. And those who put us in subjection and put all those the pain and the suffering on us, they're going to be serving us.
Right.
That's what the scriptures say.
That's like he's still telling them that now. When he tell them, I'm still here. All these storms, rain, volcanoes, earthquake. He woke up and said, I'm still here.
Right.
They start getting so wicked. That's what I see around me now. He ain't letting me know he's still
right. He's Most High is not going nowhere, man. He's always going to be with his children, man. You know what I'm saying?
This Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and they that prey upon thee I will give for a prey.
Hey.
So turn that sound around. So that's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen, man. You know, that's what's going to happen, and that includes all these other nations. We're talking about the Arabs during the trans-Saharan desert slave trade that happened. We're talking about the so-called Africans, okay, the real Hamites in the Bible, okay? Those people who did that, we're talking about the so-called Jewish people today who have the system, the central bankers, okay, who have the system set up to keep our people in subjection. These people I'm talking about, the so-called, you know, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, them top dudes, right?
The return of the Messiah is coming.
They have, that's right, they own 3/5 of the world's economy. 3/5 of the world's economy, and then the rest of the economy, that's 1%. And then the rest of the economy, 99% has to what? Share amongst themselves 2/5 of the economy. How does that work? They're estimated to have over $500 trillion.
Who is?
The Rothschilds, the Rothschild family, the central bankers.
Now, they're not Israelites like he and I are.
No.
All right.
They're Edomites.
But even with them having that money,
right,
they can't buy citizenship to heaven.
That's right. Hey.
And I guess what I'm coming to ask and to assist him, because I'm only here from standing on the sacrifices of the shoulders of this generation. How do y'all feel about this 400th year of completion from 1619 to 2019, and this being a 50-year completion on the Jubilee calendar of a 50-year period of the Israelites? Us being those Israelites. The 400 years. That goes all the way back to Moses.
No,
but this is the completion of another 50-year period. I'm talking about supreme mathematics. So in black Israelite, I'm talking about Exodus, Deuteronomy. I'm claiming my rights. I'm not undocumented. We're well documented. So my question, I ain't going nowhere. This world is my land.
My question to you now is: Are you out of slavery, or are you still in slavery? If it's 400 years and it's over, what's going on?
I'll give you a hint. My middle name is Tucson. You figure out if I'm a slave or not.
Brother, my question.
Talking to an Israelite.
We're Israelites, brother. But the thing is, it's beautiful. Say? Listen, the first thing is beautiful that you know that you're an Israelite, because most of our people don't know that.
I love it.
So that's beautiful that you know that. That's hey, you know what Israelite means? He is the Prince of Power, Yashar Allah. That's what it means. You understand what I'm saying? So you having that mindset of, I'm an Israelite, that alone is getting you out of that slave mentality we brought out in Micah 2 and 10.
Now,
you understand?
Let me ask you this.
Right.
When the return of the Messiah comes here, everyone thinks that it's going to be some playing around game. When Jesus come back, he's coming back like grandma with a belt.
That's right.
To say, what y'all been doing while I've been gone? Because everyone's got this picture that the return is going to be some two-stepping event.
Right.
No, he's coming back for that behind. Right. He's coming back with that belt that grandma had to say, what y'all been doing while I was gone? Getting ready for the return of the Messiah. And it's time for black people to stop being so scared.
This is talking about the return of the Messiah that you just talking about.
This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury.
That's right.
And
He's gonna render his anger with fury. So that means that it's not gonna be no political correctness where people say, oh my God, there's mass casualties. Wow, there's a false flag terrorist attack. None of that shit.
Teach, brother, teach.
There's gonna be a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of death. And nobody's gonna be accounted for those deaths that's happening. You're gonna have a lot of people dead in these streets, even before his return. And nobody's gonna be like, oh my God, what's going on? The news is gonna be bugged out. 911 is gonna be calling 911. That's the hell that's coming to America very soon. Brother, if you pay attention to what's, and we're not here to scare you, we're just giving you warning.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
hold on, Ezekiel 3:17. That the things that's happening around the world is just a preface of what's coming to America. Because America has been the main event of the whole entire world. The world runs in America. How? By the way, by trade, by the dollar.
Now I gotta ask you this. You use the term America,
Right.
and we see both in the Torah and in the revised version of all of the books, in this King James version that we have, we bear witness to the fact that the current president moved the capital from Tel Aviv back to Jerusalem. Why did he do it?
No, remember.
Why did he move it back to the original place of King Solomon's temple and to the original site where the great return of that Messiah is coming upon us?
Yeah, but remember, that land right now is not of our land. That's the land that's occupied by the Edomites, the so-called Jewish people.
Okay.
That's their land right now, and they've polluted that land.
Okay.
But when we get our kingdom, that whole place is gonna be changed. You gotta understand that the Most High right now.
Like a third temple?
What do you mean?
Well,
No, the third temple is
being built
right.
now.
That's it.
Hey, I got a precept right quick. This
Bring it up.
Zechariah
Go ahead.
9:6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
Right. He's the bastard that's talking about the so-called Jewish people today. Why are they called bastards? Because they don't have a father like we do. The Heavenly Father doesn't claim the Edomites as his
Hey,
children.
somebody look up bastard in the Merriam.
Whoa,
right quick.
really?
Right.
Now, by biblical definition, they're not in fact Israelites.
They're not Israelites, no.
How can we study that so that we teach this offspring? Because they're teaching their offspring.
Of
They got
course.
them in the best schools.
Of
They got them in
course.
the best jobs. They got them
course.
well credentialed, and they're experiencing heaven on earth now. The Indian man is experiencing heaven on earth now. The Asian man is experiencing heaven on earth now. Why does the black man and woman have to die to go to heaven? I want heaven for me and my son now.
You're gonna get that very soon, brother. Hold on.
All right,
And we
I
need
said-
all black people uniting
Not
around.
just
I ain't
blacks,
waiting
but
to die to experience a heavenly experience.
That's the spirit, brother. Hold on. Get that. That's the spirit, brother. Get it.
Go ahead.
right,
Bastard, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Now, under bastard in the Merriam is going to edify. Read that.
All right, the first definition, illegitimate child.
An illegitimate child. And who is that? That's Esau. When you go back to
Teach, brother, teach.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So it says what? Bastard ain't what?
Those were brothers, right?
An illegitimate child. And that's who? The Edomites, man. Esau. Read on.
Oh, the covenant wasn't established with
Second
him.
one, something that is spurious, irregular, inferior, or of questionable origin.
Right, and that's who? The Edomites, man. They are inferior. The basis of men, man.
Teach.
So that's why when it says a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, it was talking in modern day Ashdod was a seaport in Israel. That's modern day Tel Aviv, man.
Ooh, what book that's out of?
Zechariah 9:6.
Thank you,
Look at the
brother.
prophet
Hey, listen,
Zechariah.
I love you, brothers, man.
All
I
right.
got it.
We got one more precept.
One more?
Just
Okay.
to
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, we got the
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9. It says, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say that they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So there you go.
So them over there that saying that they the real Jews, they not the real Jews. Our people the only ones around here that's not calling themselves the real Israelites or the real Jews. We call ourselves African American. We call ourselves what's on that side.
Negro.
Yeah. West
Brother, I
Indians,
appreciate you.
and all that, man.
Appreciate you for teaching me that. That's Revelation 29. Revelation 29. Y'all some heavy brothers. 2 verse 9. So it's saying that they'll have this material attainment, but they still bastardized.
Right. Esau got, remember, Esau got blessed with the sword. Right. That's what he got. His blessing is the sword, that gun. That's how he took down our people. That's his blessing for the fatness of Israel. So this is their earth, but the next one to come is going to be out there. That's right. It's going to be out there.
We got something else.
This is out of the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and 9. It says, Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. I will make them come to worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. So they're going to worship us, man. You know? In the near future, you don't gotta die. You know, it's some people that's not going to die.
You saying
man.
that they're going to come?
They're going to worship at our feet. It's
Got
going to
you.
be some men that
There might be a situation like with Moses, like Adam Clayton Powell's speech, where he's talking about it's in your hand. He's talking about when Moses used that cylinder in the sky to split the Red Sea to bring them out of there. They was shook. They didn't think that they saw that light come down from the sky. They was shook. Something like that might happen, and they're gonna find out that we the actual ones that died. They're gonna be shook, y'all.
This is the gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 16, verse 28. Verily I say unto thee, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
That's right there. So
Hold on, say it again.
Because you said
Matthew,
you don't wanna die, right?
chapter 16, verse 28. Verily I say unto thee, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
Right. So they're not going to die, man. They're going to be changed. You know? You got some men that's not going to taste death until they see that sky crack open, and they still ain't going to die. That's when Yahweh Shah comes back to the deliverance men, man. But the dead in Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, won't be risen first. Then you're going to have men get beamed up. Like the scriptures tell you, it says they're going to look at the strangeness of their salvation. That's you getting beamed up on the chariot. When they looking at you now as just a regular man. If you're part of that elect, that 144,000, you know?
It's heavy.
And it's very spiritual because you have a very good spirit on you. That's a zeal. You know, the fiery spirit. Hey, we wish all our people had the same spirit you have. You understand? But
I got that from y'all, man. When I was a kid.
Yeah?
General Yohana.
First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
Like, we shall not all sleep, meaning what? We're not all going to die, but we're going to be changed. How is that going to happen? It's going to tell you.
In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye,
So, just like that. Okay?
at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this incorruption must put on, for this corruption, corruptible, must put on incorruption.
Right, and that's when we get our new bodies, because on graduation, if we be the men, the Lord is going to crown us. Don't you know how heavy one of them crowns weighs? Man, the crown the Lord put on your head might weigh 130 pounds. Imagine putting 130 pounds on one of us. We tilt the hell over with these bodies. So we're gonna have to need the extraterrestrial, celestial. It's gonna be a combination of the celestial and the terrestrial.
Gotcha.
You know, where we're able to wear those crowns, we're gonna be in our full strength, man.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
you know.
And this mortal must put on immortality.
Yeah, and mort means to die. Like when you pay a mortgage, that's a death note. You know, so it says immortal. The mortal must put on immortality. Because how we gonna go out of space with these bodies? Right. You know, these bodies are subject to diseases. These bodies are subject to getting cold, getting sick. How we gonna live forever as gods with these bodies? You can't do it. So the mortal must put on immortality. But guess what? We putting on immortality now through faith. So everything always starts in the spirit, and then it comes down to the flesh. Read on.
So when this corruptible shall put on incorruption, and this mortal shall put on immortality, then shall we be brought to pass the saying that is written, shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?
Amongst who? The Israelites. You know, because we're going to be what? Made perfect. We're going to be made what? Immortal. We're going to be gods. And wages of sin is death. We're not going to be sinning no more, so we're not going to die. Because what kills us is sin. So once we get made perfect, we're not going to sin, we're not going to go off, so we live forever. And we're going to populate the galaxies and the solar systems and all of that. We're going to put children in it.
Now, quick question. Are we under like a new covenant now? Or should we still keep the commandments?
Well, you got to keep the law. You know what I'm saying? Because they said just the 10 commandments, but the law governs a nation. Without the law, we'll be wild animals. You know?
Hey, brothers, y'all, shalom. Y'all stay blessed, man.
Hey, shalom.
I got to study with y'all, man. When do y'all meet up? In North,
What time you got, bro?
DTA 144, Men of Valor.
54.
Psalms 82.
254.
Your gods. Children of the Most High. That's right.
Hey, man, you have the elect delegate, man. Like that, you need the elect, man.
Yeah.
You didn't get at the last minute.
That's right. Hey, going back to us having spiritual bodies, it makes sense, man, because even today, Esau, even when he says he's so-called going into space, he needs a whole suit. He needs a whole suit for that. Why is that? Because the regular body that's made to be on earth cannot go into the heavens right now. You understand? So that's why the Lord is going to give us the new bodies to be in those spaceships that move like the light of speed.
Hey, like the Rothschild, they get wet thinking about that. That's what the whole New World Order is about. It's the Rothschild. That's what they get wet about. They want to be gods. They want to control. They want to go to different planets. They want to get them. But here it is, Jake. Now listen. But these devils will love to be the children of Israel.
Hey, and that's why they're looking for ways to go to Mars.
And that's why they got because Apollyon in the scriptures means destroyer. That's why they got the Apollo. They had sent the Apollo off because if they was able to search the heavens through the Apollo, which means destroyer, they would have destroyed Israel. And in Harlem, they got what? The Apollo Theater, because you go there to make it in this world, but you actually what? Selling your soul, destroying yourself. The Apollo Theater is looked at as entertainment, but behind the scenes, you are destroying your character and you're destroying your soul. And they wanted to wipe Israel out for being a nation. That's why that space shuttle that went out of there was called the Apollo, which means destroyer. Because if they could search the heavens, they know they could destroy Israel. Yeah, just a little wordplay. Yeah,
So he knew it. He knew that. That's why he said, no man will never in the life. That's what I understand. He knew it all along. And he told me.
The precept to back that up. 1 John chapter 3, verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is.
So are we going to see him as he is? When he cracks the skies on a so-called UFO, which in the scriptures is known as a chariot, okay? And what was the example you gave?
I know brother saw it, the Iranian military when they were shooting that chariot. You see the speed at which it was moving. If we were in there right now, we'd be melting.
You know, the speed that the chariots move. For example, if you have like a dark room and you take a torchlight and you just keep going like this, you see how fast it moves? That's how chariots move. The human body cannot be in a vehicle like that. Look how fast these cars move. The most cars is like 160, 180.
Faster than light.
That's not even, your car. You can't even step all the way to get to 180. It doesn't work like that. Exactly. So imagine being in a vehicle that's moving like that. You're gonna die. You see? That's why the Lord said what? Read that again real quick.
1 John chapter 3, verse 2. Beloved,
Somebody probably just saw the judgment.
now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be.
The sons of God is talking about mainly the elect. Okay, because remember, though we are all children of the Most High as nation of people, Israelites, right now our people in such a low condition that the Lord is not looking for the whole entire nation. Because if that was the case, we'd be here for eternity. He's only looking for his elect, starting with the 144,000. Those are the children of the Most High right now. Right?
And it doth not yet appear what we shall be.
Right.
But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is.
Right, because the Yahushua, when he left, he said when he comes back, he's not gonna. He said, "You shall not meet me as a man." Okay, so he's coming back as an angelic being, as an angelic force, something otherworldly, to the point where Esau knows this, and that's why he's getting something called a space force to go up against that military that's coming down. Right, because he's not coming down to be a lamb and cater to people and give them lessons about how to repent. No, he's coming down to kill, okay, and destroy and set up his kingdom with authority. Okay, so with that being said, Esau is the one who's ruling this land right now. He's like, nah, man, I want my kingdom. But you coming over here to take my kingdom, we fighting. All right, even though they're going to lose, we're fighting. Kind of like, for example, a lion has his prize, and another lion starts coming around. What's going to happen is going to be a clash, a fight. And whoever loses is getting kicked out. Esau, exactly. The powerful one, the one who wins the fight, is the one who takes that land. Okay? And then he starts banging the other lionesses and all that shit. He kills all the cubs and shit. Esau's going to be that lion who's going to lose that battle. Okay? You want to say something?
No, he's like he said back in one part where he said that when Moses went on the mountain, and anybody say that I can't think of what it was in right now, but it's a long time ago. He said, no man never seen me. He said, how do Moses know how he lived? How do they know how he lived? Because only one thing he made clear. He said, man is made in my image.
Right.
So that's how they live.
Right. So you look like
the light was so bright, Moses couldn't see.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So no man has seen the Most High and lived. You understand? So, but this time, we're going to see the Most High when we get to the kingdom. Okay, when his son comes back down. Because, hey, really, Yahushua, when he was here, he already told us that we've seen the Father. He said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. He was an exact replica of his father. That's why he had gray hair like his father. He had a gray beard. You know what I'm saying? He was dark skinned, all that stuff. So he told his disciples, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. Exactly.
The scripture said,
he said, angels as a great God.
We living in those times.
I know.
Where angels
I'm
gonna be
listening.
like walking amongst us.
His body's still in my head. His hair is curly as a grape.
That's the spirit of an Israelite. That's our natural hair. You know what I'm saying? But finish with that. Bring him.
I'll run it back. 1 John 3 and 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is.
Right. So we're going to be like Yahushua when he comes down. Meaning what? We're going to get those new bodies and we're going to be changed. You're not going to look like this one. You're going to have an angelic being body if you're part of the elect. Okay? And you're going to be saved up out of all the hell that's coming to America, man. Okay?
That's why when they say he's coming back, like you said now, nobody can know exactly what he looked like until he be pronounced or someone identify him. You got to call him. Identify him, you got to walk on holy land. You got to have to walk on holy ground. And he can come back as any form of anything he wants.
Right.
That's right. He transfigured himself in front of Peter John there. So he took him up. He actually showed him the angelic body. So he was the mountain. And that's when they heard the Yahweh voice. He said, this is my sons and my wife. So that's something he pushed. But he told them, don't tell nobody that they just saw it. So they actually saw that body.
Right. So we're gonna end it off with this, right?
I don't understand this.
This, the mark of the beast?
I don't understand.
Oh, okay. Real quick then. This right here, what you see here is what's known as the radio frequency identification chip. In the scriptures, it's referred to as the mark of the beast. When you go to Revelation, you get that real quick. Right. Revelation tells you that at the end times of this world, there's going to be a way that people are going to have to buy and sell. Okay? Now, in order to do that, you're going to have some type of means to purchase things. Okay? And once you make that sacrifice of, you know what, I do want my life and I'm going to make this sacrifice, that's a deal breaker right there. You're dead. Okay, so this right here is talking about. We're gonna get it for you right now, and I'll break it down to you guys.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calleth all, both small and great.
He that's talking about is talking about NATO and the EU, the beast. Okay, the beast system. But it's ultimately governed by the so-called white people. Okay, by means of, they started all this stuff years ago. They have things called the Trilateral Commission. They have the UN. They have the Council on Foreign Relations. They have the Bilderberg meetings. They have the Bohemian Grove. All these different things that they do was to build something that ultimately they're gonna control humanity. Okay, and how they're gonna do that? By having a chip inside of you that's gonna tell them exactly where you are, what you're doing, and if you said no, you know what? I'm gonna rebel against what you're saying. They just turn it off and kill you. You see? But that power all ultimately because they want to be like the Most High.
Right now. That's
right.
What they say.
Yes.
They don't.
Yes, they're doing it right now.
Even the animals.
Right.
I just looked at it this morning. How they putting a chip in their animals in Madagascar. You know.
So you know what the chip? You know what the chip is?
Yeah,
then.
now I'm getting it.
Yeah, you know what
and
it
they
is.
got human beings that way.
Yeah.
See, I got my head so open now I can't say nothing because I gotta listen.
Beautiful. Right. Look what it says. And he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their.
So he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Meaning, if you're in jail, you get in this chip. If you're free walking in the streets, you get in this chip because they're going to collapse society and set it up to the point where, because of technology, that this system that we have with the cards and the cash is going to be archaic. If you live in that kind of society, you can't really do much. You see, it's kind of like when you go to a store and they say, oh, we only take card, and you only have cash, you don't have a card. So what are you gonna do? Now I gotta go sign up for a card, I gotta go get a credit card. You can't really do nothing because you don't have anything on record. You see?
Down little by little.
Right. So that chip that you're gonna have,
my eyes,
right
every
before
day.
your eyes. Exactly. Every single day is happening. And then that chip is gonna have all your information, your medical records, your life, everything. Everything is on that chip, so you can be documented. If you're not on that system, then it's like you don't even exist. That means that you're dangerous. You can be a terrorist. They'll arrest you for that. They'll put you to death for that. You see? That's it.
When I started out there with that chip and everything, they got it out there. You see, he put things before us a long time that we might don't realize like you guys do. He put it before us to let us know. If I tell you something, it's true. It's the truth. It's always going to be the truth. It's never going to change. Whatever I said, that's what he said.
That's right.
There's a lot of things in my time out here. I know he said, but we don't take it for granted, you know. We don't take it like that. We put things just like electricity. TV, one of the greatest things on earth since electric light. I always heard my grandma say that way back to 110 when she born. She certain things they didn't see, some of them didn't see the television, lived to see it. Now, he put television before man, what I think. My grandma told me. My mother told me, God can see and hear anything on earth you do. You can't hide from it. He see you, he know about everything. He is the master over everything. Now I realize after my mother told me one day, she said, don't you go around the corner, shoot that little bird with that BB gun. I'll never forget that. She said, if God see you and you will punish you, lady, that would be a sin. So you can hide from me, but you won't hide from God. I'm little, but I think God sees me. I doubt it. I was like 7 years old or 6. To myself, he can't see me. But I started to shoot that bird that I thought about, but I would go around there and shoot that bird. One day I'm pushing a little stick, and that stick was broken. And I tripped on something and it went right through it. I got a scar here now to prove it. You know what I mean? And that's it. Then I got to learn as I grew. God made television for man. Telephone, man can hear from one corner of the earth to the other corner of the earth. Man never stopped there. He never stopped even to think why God gave it to you. I said I can hear from one corner of the earth to the other. I give you telephone where you can hear to let you know if you can hear from one corner of the earth to the other. I can hear from the heaven down here. But man never thought that. as it, man got wise, television came out. I was here when television first came out. I remember. Then I lived. Now you can see from one point of view. You can see from a planet now. He always said that in that book. He can see and hear everything you do. This comes true every day. I see things around me come true. Like he said, I will never let white man, I will never take you or take there, so I am still king. Volcanoes, the earthquakes, the storms, the hurricanes. He was quiet with that for a while. Let's see where man going. Just like he did with the television, the telephone, the scientists, and all that. And like you, I heard him talk a few minutes ago, one of these gentlemen here. We're talking about with the, he was talking about the informing thing. You see? He put before men where these little toys, you can make a truck out of it, and you inform it, it's a robot. All that's in the Bible. You see? He put that before men to let them know one thing. I said that things can be informed. I put it in here, men to be made of toys, that'll make money. He didn't stop him because he's weak. You see, he let him know if I said so. That's true. Anything he said. I look at things like that. All the things are transformed. It's more than these toys come out tonight, one thing. You transform in more than one thing. It's a little truck. It's a man.